Sister. All right. It's so late. I really hate the new time slot that they have for Love and Hip Hop Miami. First of all, I hate it being on a Wednesday. I think it's just like Monday night for Love and Hip Hop is the best night. Like, that's in my opinion. But I really hate that it's on a Wednesday night. And then I hate that now it's at 10 o'clock. Like, if you know me, you know, like, if I don't have to be anywhere, like, I'm in bed by, like, 9 o'clock, dozing off by 10. So it just was a lot for me to stay awake and watch this shit. Especially today, I traveled. And I was supposed to go to a couple events today, and I didn't even make it. I was just so tired. I still have on my makeup from yesterday. Like, that's how tired I am. But I took a shower, though. But I was like, let me keep my makeup on, and I'll still wear this makeup to the premiere that I was supposed to go to. But I didn't even make it. Whatever. Hey, Sharonda Love. She put my wig on a couple times. She styled me for my green screen. So you guys show Sharonda some love. But let's get into this Love and Hip Hop episode because I have a lot to get off my chest. First of all, I loved this episode because you got to see why Trina is the queen of Miami. Like, Trina isn't just the queen of Miami because she's been a rapper and, you know, she's, you know, like, done so much musically for women in hip hop and, you know, women coming from down south. But she's the queen of Miami because Trina is literally one of those women who is never in beef. Anytime Trina is in any beef, it's business. Like, that's all it is. Trina is always about her business, period. Like, that's what Trina is all about. Anytime you see Trina in any discord, any arguments with anybody, it's always about her business, which is her music, like, where's the album, where are my shows gonna be? Like, that's all it is. And that's why, like, as a woman, you've got to respect Trina. Trina is always pro-women. And that's why Trina is still sitting on the throne that she sits on. I don't give a fuck who your rap favorite is. There is nobody like Trina. And even your rap favorite will always give Trina that crown because that's just who she is. She is a queen. When you look at this episode, you know, you see how she was able to mediate between Joy and Shay. And while I'm watching this, I'm like, wow, you know, if I would have had somebody like that mediating the conversation between Amara and Bozo the Clown and me, well, the conversation between me and Amara would have went totally different. But they forced Bozo on me, you know, and the conversation just went left. Like I said before, anybody who watches the scene between me and those two girls, before Amara came into the scene, I said, drinks are for drinking, not throwing. When Amara came in, I was like, sister. I'd never had no intentions for that conversation to go left the way it did. But then you look at Jeffrey, what's up? But then you look at Trina, like that's how you mediate between two women. That's how you mediate. You know what I'm saying? You're able to be like, listen, this is what she's saying. This is what she's saying. I didn't get that. And so I really want y'all to see the difference between the two. And I'm glad Bozo said she never wanted to see me because she knew. She knew that aggression was really meant for you, but I couldn't get to you. I couldn't get to you. And I felt like you did that for your friend. You and your friend talked, so I couldn't get to you. So she knew she didn't want to see me again. And I didn't want to see her again either because I made it clear. I see her again, it's going down. So, but anyway, that's how you mediate things between two women. The only thing that I kind of didn't like with the scene between Trina, Shay, and Joy, and I think that Joy was not able to specify why she was upset. Okay? So at the end of the day, I don't think Joy was upset over a guy. I think Joy was upset because someone physically put their hands on her. And that was the thing with Joy, was that at the end of the day, we could argue, we could say whatever we want, but you put your hands on me. And that's when things just go left for me. And I think that she wasn't able to really iterate that. Like, okay, this is why I'm still upset with you, and this is why I'm never gonna fuck with you, is because you put your hands on me. Because when you look at the last season, they were exchanging words. Then stuff started getting thrown, and then Shay had jumped over the table to pull her wig. So it's like, that's why she was upset with Shay. And I don't think she was able to iterate that. But I love how, Trina was able to sit them down and be like, listen, this shit is over. You need to learn such and such. You need to learn such and such. And that's that. Period. And I love that. That scene between them. Another thing I loved about tonight's episode was that I was on stage telling jokes. And, it's not easy. Like, it's not easy to come up with jokes. It's not easy to stand in front of a crowd of people that are looking at you, waiting for you to make them laugh. Like, yo, when you're standing on a stage and doing comedy, like, it's one of the hardest things ever. I don't know if some of you are singers. I don't know if some of you are rappers. But, I sing too. But it's a different thing about comedy, because it's like, you tell one bad joke and that can kind of fuck up your entire vibe, and then you lose it. You see what happened with Tiffany Haddish. Sadly for her, it just was a bad night for her. I think she just was drunk. I think she was in Miami. She was having a good time, and she was drunk, and she just let the best get to her, and she wasn't able to, bring her best to the stage. I've never had a night like that, but I remember having a night that was rough. I went to Canada one weekend, and on Friday night I had a Toronto show, and on Saturday night I had a Montreal show. And I remember the Toronto show was such a struggle for me. It was like crickets. Like, it was like, they're like, it was literally like a moment of me on stage, and I was like, all right, y'all, I'm Jessie Woo, good night. The shit was fucking horrible. Like, the shit was fucking horrible. But then the next day, like, I remember, and here's the thing, when you do horrible, especially if you have a platform, motherfuckers gonna come in your comments and they gonna let people know that you fucking suck, you were horrible, you were this, you were that. And I remember that night looking at my comments, like, and seeing the comments on my Instagram, seeing people say how horrible I was. And like, I just cried that night. I was like, oh my God. And I have another show tomorrow night. It's going to be 3 times that crowd. What the fuck am I going to do? Like, I cannot do this. Bitch, when I tell you, your sister got on that stage the next night in Montreal, and I ain't fuck off. Like, I was on that stage for an hour, just hitting them, back to back, just hitting it. And I felt like I was redeemed. And the crowd loved it. People were crying, laughing. And, So I say all that to say, like, shit, the comedy shit is not easy at fucking all, okay? And so I'm happy that I was able to do that, especially in Miami. The comedy crowd in Miami is not great, but doing it in Miami was like, yo, so many Haitians came out. I was able to talk about, you know, just the stereotypes of growing up Haitian in Miami. People talking about how we eat cat and this, that, and the third. And I'm really happy that they picked that joke, even though I did a lot of different jokes. But I'm happy that that's the joke they went with because, like, it was so true. It was so true. Like, growing up in Miami, it was like being Haitian in Miami was so rough. We got teased so much. Like, you know, we were told that we did voodoo. We were told we ate cat. We were told we did this, that, and the third. And it's like, you know, and I would go home and sometimes I would just be so upset. Like, Mom, like, why do people think that, you know, we're this and that, and that's not who we really are. So I really, really love that part of the show, and I hope that anybody who saw it liked it, and, you know, especially if you're Haitian and you saw that part, I really hope you liked it, because that was real, and, you know, that's part of my material, and I loved it. What else did I like about tonight's show? How do you guys feel about Chaotic? I love Chaotic. Like, I feel like, you know, Chaotic and I are the two newbies this season, and I feel like Chaotic is really, really leaving his mark, and he's funny, he's talented. I really, really like where he's going with his story. We didn't spend a lot of time together, but we did hang out. We did hang out on set a couple times, and he's pretty cool. You know, one thing about Chaotic, I see that, you know, there's a cast member that keeps coming for him, and I really like how he's just been able to just stay above it. You know, I tell him all the time, don't take the bait, bro. Just steer clear of the social media drama. Like, you know, people don't understand this show was shot like 8 months ago. Like, these scenes that you're seeing were literally like from last summer. You know what I'm saying? And the sad part is, as the show is happening, people will get on the Instagram and people will want to say this, that, and the third, knowing that we know how this shit ends. We know what really happens between us, but you want to get on Instagram and you want to put on for people. You want to say bullshit. Okay, so I'm glad that he doesn't need to. I'm glad that he doesn't feed into the bullshit. And that's that. What else was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? I think that's it. I really hope that I was really hoping that they would. The way they gave the promo for this episode and made it seem like you guys were gonna get the beat my ass scene this week, and we didn't. And I really want them to hurry up with this part of my fucking storyline. Like, hurry the fuck up. Like, I'm fucking over it. I don't know. And it's like, I shouldn't be on here saying that, but I'm fucking over it, because it's like, I know that there's way, like, you guys are going to see way more from me than just the petty shit, but they dragging that shit, and I really, that's kind of annoying me, because it's like, stop dragging the shit. Hurry up and play the shit so we can get on. We can get on to the next thing. Like, I have way more important things that I address. I have way more to me that you guys will see on the show. And I just really hope they hurry the fuck up with this shit. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm not going to be promoting that part of my storyline. Like, I'm fucking done. Like, I'm over it. Like, get to the good shit. Hurry the fuck up. Get to the good shit. Because this shit is fucking annoying. Yeah, it's like, you know, but it's entertaining for y'all, which is great. Like, obviously, we want to be